Cody Rhodes to defend his undisputed WWE title against 31-year-old star, but with a twist? Exploring the possibility Cody Rhodes recently put the final nail in the coffin of his feud with Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble PLE. The WWE Champion hit an Alabama slam through a ladder on the Prizefighter, rendering him unconscious. Cody now has his sights set on his WrestleMania 41 opponent that will be decided in the men's Elimination Chamber. Cody's last appearance ended with the return of Solo Sikoa, as the Bloodline member ambushed the champion on SmackDown. Solo was last seen before this on the episode of the Blue Brand after the Raw Netflix debut, when he said, "I quit," and left the ring following his loss to Roman Reigns. Solo is no longer the tribal chief, and his future remains unclear. However, following his attack on the American Nightmare, many fans believe that the two will face each other at the upcoming Elimination Chamber event. The two wrestlers shared the ring several times over the course of 2024, with their last singles match taking place at SummerSlam. However, the story might be different this time, as the SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis may use his power to ban the Bloodline from ringside. The Bloodline have led Solo Sikoa to many victories with their assistance over the past year. If they're not allowed to interfere in Solo's match with Cody Rhodes, it would dramatically reduce Solo's winning chances. While no confirmation regarding the match has been made yet, it's likely that the two will face each other soon to settle the score. Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania opponent. On this week's Monday Night Raw, main event USO officially chose Gunther as his WrestleMania opponent. This means that the winner of the men's Elimination Chamber match will go on to WrestleMania and face Cody for the undisputed WWE Championship. Many fans believe that John Cena will win the Chamber and go on to face Cody in a bid to win his 17th World Championship at WrestleMania. However, there are also names in the match like CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, who also reduce Cena's chances of winning. The Chamber is only a few weeks away, and until now Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Logan Paul have qualified for the match so far. Seth Rollins has his qualifying match against Finn Balor at next week's RAW.IT. Will be exciting to see who emerges victorious at the Chamber and challenges Cody Rhodes for his championship at the grandest stage of them all. Cody Rhodes confronted by his forgotten tag team partner, who beat him 361 days ago. Cody Rhodes opened the show on Valentine's Day on SmackDown, and he was confronted by not one, but two names. The first one to confront him beat him 361 days ago, and also happens to be his forgotten tag team partner. That forgotten tag team partner is none other than Drew McIntyre, who seemed offended at the idea of his name only being mentioned in passing by Cody Rhodes, who laid out the names in the field for Elimination Chamber 2025. Cody Rhodes mentioned that he hasn't forgotten that Drew McIntyre beat him a year ago. Their match happened on February 19th, 2024, on Raw. Soon after, the new Bloodline's Jacob Fatu came out with Tama Tonga. Jacob Fatu got the best reaction out of all three men, which was quite incredible. Ahead of his triple threat match against Damian Priest and Braun Strowman to determine one of the final Elimination Chamber spots, he came out and said very little about Solo Sikoa, who attacked him last week. The crowd was fully behind Fatu, who said he was filled with gas and wanted to steamroll through Priest and Strowman to secure his spot in the Chamber. Just as he was speaking, Solo Sikoa appeared, and he went to speak to the former tribal chief. While Cody also wanted to go, Fatu stopped him. In response, Cody said that Fatu might have the first word to Solo, but it would be the undisputed WWE Champion who has the last word. If JUSO has done enough to convince Triple H that he can dethrone Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, then Jacob Fatu must be just as capable of beating Cody Rhodes. It speaks to Cody's strengths as well that he no longer needs the WWE title to feel like the biggest star in the industry. As his work and persona speak for itself, this scenario would be made better if WWE just decided to pull the trigger on Fatu and have him win the Elimination Chamber. This would mean that he could have an all-time night against Rhodes at WrestleMania, in a match that is sure to match or surpass the Bloodline main events of years past. However, there are just too many other options for Triple H to choose from, which may be why Jacob Fatu has to bide his time until after WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes to bring back WWE legend. Major tension within top stable? 4 things the American Nightmare can do on SmackDown. Cody Rhodes has had an incredible run since returning to WWE in 2022. Outside of an absence due to injury, he has remained a focal point on television for nearly. Jacob Fatu is the right Samoan to dethrone WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has had to deal with Bloodline members throughout his pursuit and eventual reign with the WWE Championship, getting the better of the legendary stable more often than not. After conquering the tribal chief Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40, Solo Sikoa stepped up to try and reclaim the belt for his faction throughout last year, which he ultimately failed to do, with Jey Uso choosing to face Gunther at WrestleMania 41. Cody only has one Samoan threat remaining in Jacob Fatu. WWE should not undervalue what they have with the newest member of the Bloodline, as he could well be the right person to dethrone the American Nightmare as WWE Champion. The WWE was right to be optimistic about Solo Sikoa's main event prospects after WrestleMania 40, as the former had played his part in the Bloodline saga very well. The leader of the new Bloodline fashioned his own group, as he and the former Guerrillas of Destiny ran roughshod over SmackDown. Of course, the new Bloodline was not complete until Jacob Fatu entered the fold, immediately being set up as a potential threat to Cody Rhodes somewhere down the line. With his monster by his side, Solo slowly developed into a credible threat to the WWE Champion in the fiction, but failed to deliver on his promise with poor in-ring performances. He faced Rhodes for the title at SummerSlam in a match that displayed his limitations inside the ring, whilst also showing that he was not quite ready for the main event. Solo has improved as a character throughout the past year, but it may take some more work to make him a credible world champion within WWE. Sikoa seems to be restarting his feud with Cody, having attacked him on SmackDown this past weekend. But this should only be followed through on to allow Jacob Fatu into the champion's orbit. Jacob Fatu does have a chance to face Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, should he qualify for the Elimination Chamber on SmackDown. However, Triple H likely has other plans for the Bloodline's enforcer, who is currently embroiled in a feud with Braun Strowman on the Blue brand. This rivalry may rumble on until April, when Cody faces another opponent for his title, be it CM Punk, John Cena, or someone else entirely. However, there are no other challengers to Rhodes with as much momentum behind them as Jacob Fatu, which is why WWE should consider having the WWE Champion retain at the Showcase of the Immortals. If Cody Rhodes were to retain the title at WrestleMania, only to lose it soon after to a rip-roaring Jacob Fatu, WWE could produce one of the most impactful title changes of the decade. If the company were feeling brave about it, they could have Cody lose the title in a manner similar to how he dropped the TNT Championship to Brody Lee in AEW, as that would be a beautiful piece of symmetry that would only serve to get Fatu over. Even further, pitching for Jacob Fatu to squash Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship may seem a bit far-fetched, but the promotion has the potential to make its next great heel a reality sometime soon. Fatu has done more than enough during his relatively short time in WWE to convince fans that he could be a dominant world champion, more so than any of his Samoan brothers. If Jey Uso has done enough to Conby, Cody Rhodes' match could add to excitement after lackluster build-up to WrestleMania 41. Claims Wrestling Veteran Hall of Fame wrestling journalist Bill Apter feels Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania match will intensify the build-up to WrestleMania 41. There is only one men's match announced for the grand event, with Jey Uso challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. That WWE is on the road to WrestleMania. Jey Uso won the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match and declared that he would challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.